Hello, Larissa. Welcome to class. And this week, right, we'll be doing something that I don't think many of you seen it before, right? But it's important. It's quite real life also, right? It's something called the distance time graph and the speed time graph. All right. So I think that this topic is covered. Sometimes they cover this in Sec 3. Sometimes they cover this in Sec 4. So it really depends. But it's not a very difficult topic, right? You just got to understand how the graph is read and you'll be able to answer the question, right? So don't worry, this lesson might be a little bit new to most of you, but it's okay. All right, since you are here, let's learn something new also. Can? All right, so moving on, let's talk a little bit about, oh, there's no homework, don't worry. All right, let's talk a little bit about something called the distance time graph and the speed time graph. All right, so today there's only 4 questions, but the important part is actually here, the quick notes. Right. So those of you, if you have your access, you have this exercise book, right? Can you please take it out and do some drawing? All right. So these are the notes which are the more important part of the lesson. All right. I believe in coming out with your own notes. So with your own notes, right, you'll be able to bring this exercise book wherever you go for math lesson and all this. Important things you update into this exercise book. Then eventually this exercise book will consist of all the important things and it's all your notes. Right, it's all your notes. All right, so if you have an exercise book with you, that will be great. Can? Okay, come. So we are talking about something called a distance time graph. Let me just draw a graph for you first. Okay. So I have this graph down here. Okay, so this is the axis. This is like the y-axis, followed by the x-axis. Okay. So if you can draw this with me, that would be great. That would be great. And down here, right, if you can have some intervals for me, that would be even better. So I'm giving it like this one. This one maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5. Okay. Okay, we have another student coming in with, wow, today is a full class. Right, very good. So proud of all of you. It's the school holidays and you all are still coming for lessons. Thank you, children. All right, hello, Chen Feng. Okay, everyone is present. That's good. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, right, I require you to draw your distance speed time graph. All right, so you can have something like this. For the y-axis, right, for the y-axis, maybe you can have something like that also. Okay, the arrows must draw, all right, the arrows must draw for the y-axis and x-axis. So down here, I can have it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, for example. Okay, so first of all, we are going to draw something called the distance time graph. Sorry, Hello, Zhen Yi. Yes, I'm starting lesson already. Yes. Oh, cannot access the class. Okay, let me just send you the Zoom link. Okay, sorry, yeah, bye. Yeah, right. So, Larissa, you also face the same problem, is it? They never send you the Zoom link, is it? Oh no, yeah. Okay, so sorry, children, I'm so sorry. I need to send her the link. If not, she cannot come in for lesson. Mm. Okay, so sorry. Okay, because these are students who usually attend the lesson, and I think that the administrator didn't manage to send them the link. Hey, come. So sorry, children. All right. Hey, hello. Larissa, I don't know. I seriously don't know what happened. All right, I seriously don't know what happened. Right. All right. So, Zhen Yi is coming in also. Okay, but never mind, never mind. All right. The important thing is you are here. Yeah, I don't know what happened also. Okay, come. So as I was saying, right, today we are going to do something called a distance time graph. Maybe for the Larissa, if you have your exercise book right with you, that would be great. Then you can copy down some of the notes down here. Okay. So the first thing first, right, we are going to draw is something called a distance time graph. So this is called the distance time graph. Okay. But before that, right, let me just put in some of the intervals. This is like 0. All right. 0 for the kilometer. So we have 0 here. Then we can go up to 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. All right, Zhen Yi is coming in. Wait lah. All right, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And down here is the time. All right, we start off with, let's say, morning, 9 o'clock. All right, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 13 o'clock, 14 o'clock. Okay, let me draw a few lines first. Okay, then I will tell you the story. All right, I will draw a few lines first, then I'll tell you the story. Okay, from here to here. Okay, this is the red line, followed by this blue line here. All right, this is a horizontal line, followed by this green line over here. And eventually a purple line coming down to here. Okay, you can use color as part of your notes. That would be great. All right, so I'm going to play cheat a little bit. Children can wait for me for a while. Okay, let's see whether it works or not. Let me end show first. Right, because I need this diagram, I need to copy and paste it. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so I don't have to draw so many times. Right, that's why I was trying to be neat just now. Okay, okay. For you guys, I'm sorry, you cannot copy and paste because you are doing it manually. All right, I can see with the help of technology. All right, so what's happening down here is right, the very important, right, the very important first thing, right, is you have to know what graph you're looking at. And how do you know what graph you're looking at? You look at the label. You look at the axis. So this one, they will say is distant. Oh, if it's distant, right? This is what I call a distant time graph lah. Right? This one can be something called the speed time. So it can look alike. It can look alike. But this one is called the speed, and this is still the time, children. So you got to be super careful. Right? You got to be superly careful. Understand, children? All right. So you must first determine what kind of graph is this. They can look alike. They can be exactly the same. All right. But the label is different. The label means this word down here lah. All right. This is called distance, right? This is called speed, right? All right. So on the left, right? On the left, we are going to draw something. We drew out already. This is called a distance time graph. All right. This is the main highlight of today. Distance time graph. All right. And on the right, right, is called a speed time graph. All right. This is one of the topic that will be taught either in Sec 3 or in Sec 4. All right. So Sec 3 and Sec 4, they usually clamp the topics together already. All right. So some of the school will be teaching earlier, some of the school will be teaching later. Right. But we are taking this holiday to do this. Reason is because we are doing some real life experience kind of question, and this is quite real life also. Can? Okay, come. So for the distance time graph, right? Distance, let's look at the distance. All right. So all this, right, reading is in kilometer per hour. Sorry, in kilometer, for example. All right, it's in kilometer. Is that okay? All right. So for the speed, right, sometimes the units that's given to you can be in kilometer per hour. So that's how you look at the what? You look at the units. Oh, they might look exactly the same. All right, but the reading is different, children. All right, that's why just I did a copy and paste. I just want to show you that both of them can be the same diagram, but the important is the words down here. All right, because this word, right, will change the entire question. All right, will change the entire reading. Okay. Okay, so for a distance time graph, right, usually, right, they will call this like the home. All right, the home is at the 0 point. All right, and as you can see, right, at the 60 down there, right, 60 kilometer down here, can you see down here? All right, at the 60 kilometer down here. All right, is maybe we call it the what? We call it the school hand. All right, so what's the story, children? What's the story? What's the story like? All right, the story is that you started from home. All right, this is like you. You started from home, which means at 0 kilometer. All right, you started from home here, and you travel towards school. All right, you travel towards school, and after that, what happened? This portion here, maybe you got a what? You got a sudden stomach ache. Ta ta ta. All right. So again, you started from home. All right, and you start traveling. All right, going towards school. This part is you're traveling towards school, and you stop at one of the petrol kiosks, maybe down here. All right, we call this point B. All right, you stop at petrol kiosk point B, and you what? You went to use the toilet to do your big business. All right, that's the reason why this portion, right, the blue color line down here, all right, why this blue color line is horizontal? Means that you're not moving, right? Can you see not? At the start of this blue color line, you're still at the 30 kilometer mark. Can you see that? At the end of the blue color line, this horizontal line, right, you're still at the 30 kilometer mark, which means that you're not moving, right? So this part is important, right? B to C, we call this A, right? B